Joining us now is Rachna, and we're going to be talking about wellness, especially through parenting. Thank you for being on the show. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me, Donna. It's an absolute pleasure.
So you grew up in India. One place I have not been yet. So tell us about the fact of like growing up in India and how that wellness and like I guess wholeness brought you forward into your career.
Absolutely. So, growing up in India, it's very much a part of our culture there, where yoga, meditation, mindfulness, breath work, everything is just very naturally part of life. And then I grew up in a home where it was very much a fabric of our day to day life. My mother, everything she cooked was just very naturally done based on Ayurvedic practices. My father always meditated, like he always shared that meditation should be a state of being. So, growing up in that manner, it really became a part of who I am. And when I wanted to go forward with this venture, that's something I definitely carry with me every day.
A lot of times, especially here in America, especially even in New York, right? It is just like hustle and bustle to no end, right? And some of us are now working parents and we want to be the best parent. We always want to be the best at everything, right? And that's a lot of pressure, right? So sometimes that causes us to feel isolated. But you started Cedar and Branch. And what is the mission of Cedar and Branch?
Yes, absolutely. Everything that you shared is what has become the state of our life today, right? So, Cedar and Branch is a family forward wellness company. And what that means is we create really thoughtful and meaningful wellness experiences in the city, as well as retreats, where everything is designed with parents, parents to be, and the whole family in mind. And at this time, there's an increased amount of focus on holistic wellness. But when it comes to offerings for the family, there's a big gap. For example, if you wanted to go on a retreat as a family, Donna, that option does not exist. So that's where Cedar and Branch offers this very unique wellness getaway where parents have the option to relax, recharge, focus on their mental and emotional well being, while the kids are in a wellness program, children's program, where they're also introduced to these concepts in an age appropriate manner. And in the afternoons, the whole family comes together and it's all about fun, bonding, creating these memories together. So, what you have is this well being vacation where peace meets joy, and you have something that you can carry back with you as you enter back into your day to day life. So, that's really what we want to create and offer for busy parents, busy families.
Just hearing you share that reminds me, I'm like going back in time to my own childhood. So my parents belonged to a group called Marriage Encounter, where we would spend time, like the parents would dialogue, they would write about a certain topic, and then they'd share for 10 minutes, and then all the children were playing, and we were getting to experience like community that way. I totally forgot about that. There were things like warm fuzzies and cold pricklies. And cold pricklies, like when like somebody was like insulting or had like mean words to somebody, but a warm fuzzy was when you would like say something embracing that almost felt like an emotional hug, And so it's funny, I grew up with some of that technology, but you're right, there's not a lot of options for that. You did something fascinating at an art gallery. Tell us
Yes,
about that event.
that's right, absolutely. So we had an event for Mother's Day, and I heard this long, long ago, and it really stayed with me. When you educate a mother, you educate a generation. So when you nourish a mother, you're really nourishing a family. So we wanted to create an experience that was really a place where mothers could come and feel taken care of, because they're the ones all day long running around taking care of a million and one things. So we hosted it at an art gallery, because with everything we create, we want to create something really unique, special, and memorable. So the location for this event was an art gallery where all the art was by incredibly talented women artists. So that provided a really meaningful backdrop. And then the event, we started by aligning our mind, body, and spirit through a mindful yoga flow. And then to continue into that state of rest and grounding, we had a deeply soothing sound bath. Then there was time to reflect and connect with yourself through journaling, wholesome, healthy food, and then as well the time to pause and connect with everyone else who was there. And in the short time that we were together, the conversation was very raw and real, and the connections that were made are ones that sometimes don't get formed even after multiple meetings. Because Donna, ultimately, our health, our happiness, one of the biggest factors driving it is the quality of our relationships. So with every time someone steps into a Cedar and Branch experience, we really want to provide that safe, nourishing space where you can form these beautiful connections, authentic and heartfelt. So,
You know what? Let's do that with our audience right now. Will you run through a breathing exercise, just a short little breathing exercise with me? Because I think if we could just take some time right now to breathe and to, create a wellness between us, then the audience will also join in. Will you be willing?
I think that would be wonderful.
Okay, here we go.
Right.
Walk us through this, Rachna.
So we will do square breathing, which is essentially inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And then just with that one single breath, you start feeling connected to yourself. Everything from the day starts dropping away, and you find yourself in this place of peace and calm. And I have come to realize that as a parent, one session of mindfulness is sometimes not enough. So I personally incorporate this throughout the day. Anytime I get a chance to fill my cup, I take that. It can be 3 breaths, it can be 1 minute, but it makes a big difference.
Little time out.
Yes.
So you breathe in through your nose and hold it, and then out through your mouth.
Yes.
Rachna, thank you so much. So it's Cedar and Branch. And if anybody would like to start this in their own community, they could reach out to you for tips and ideas.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for your joy that you brought here to our set today.
Thank you so much for having me, Donna.
You're welcome.
An absolute pleasure.
Continued success to you.
Thank you.
If you're anywhere in the world and you're watching this, maybe one breath can do it. If not, like Rachna and I, sometimes we need to take 10 deep breaths a day, but it does work. Thank you very much, and happy journeys to you.